Hey, what's up? It's Magda from Crypto Masters. Hope you're having a fabulous day. In this video, I'll be discussing whether I think it's a good moment to be buying IOTA, so stay tuned. So, thorough research suggests that IOTA, whether you agree or not, is one of the best crypto projects around right now. It's economically well argumented, technologically advanced, free and fast. It's offering something that is, believe it or not, a step further than the blockchain. Because IOTA doesn't have its own blockchain and it doesn't work on anyone else's blockchain. It's got Tangle. Tangle outperforms the blockchain in a number of ways. But it all boils down to the fact that with Tangle, the bigger the network, the faster it works, whilst the exact opposite is true with the blockchain, right? Where the more traffic you get, the more stuck it gets. Check out this website to get more into the technical nitty-gritty of how Tangle is superior to the blockchain. It really goes into a lot of detail. IOTA is totally sinking its teeth into the industry of the future, no doubts about that. Billions and billions are going to be entering this sector. And do you know what industry I'm talking about? It's the Internet of Things, the IoT. If you think this is fiction, then think about it. How the hell does your phone know that you are 8 minutes late because there is a traffic jam that wasn't on your route 5 minutes ago? Well, that's because your phone is syncing with the phones of other drivers who were there a few minutes ago and were stuck in the traffic jam. So your phone gets this info from these other phones without you having to lift a finger and without Google developers having to lift a finger, because they're not sitting there transferring information to everyone. It's the things that are transferring info to other things. And that's why your phone knows that it should change the color of your GPS route to red and add 8 minutes. You know, this isn't the future that we're talking about. This is now. You know, the future is here. We're using this on a daily basis. Or, I don't know, how does the weather forecast work? Well, it's not like the weatherman goes and sits on a hill and takes out his measuring tools and stares at the clouds. It's the things themselves or devices that do the measuring and communicate the results to other devices. One device analyzes the clouds and detects that it's going to rain based on pressure, humidity, etc. So it sends this piece of information to 30 other meteorological centers that connect with each other, integrate their data, and send this verified data to your phone. And this can function in an even more advanced way because technology already exists in which your phone knows that, you usually wake up at 6 because it connects with your alarm clock. It can see the statistics. So it will have a nice hot coffee brewing for you at 5:57. So, you get to have the smell of coffee basically wake you up. How's that for some morning love? And it also knows that you take your coffee white, so your equipment communicates with your fridge to make sure that you've not run out. And if the fridge detects that you're about to run out of milk, then guess what it does? It orders milk from an internet shop to make sure you don't have to go through the torture of drinking a black coffee ever. It calculates exactly when your milk will finish based on your milk drinking habit statistics and orders some the day before to make sure that milk is as fresh as possible. Things like this are already happening. You can read about companies that are already taking over the market. The number of applications here is really limitless. The fact that your fridge will order things for you once you've used them up, say it sees you've run out of eggs and it orders some. Well, this is going to be the norm. The future of the world that you probably watched as a kid in the Jetsons is right around the corner. If you're missing eggs, the fridge will communicate this to the drones of some shopping network and the drone will deliver this to your door while simultaneously getting paid with an automatic transfer. And once again, you won't have to lift a finger in the whole process. That's what IOTA is. We're talking about 9 billion IOTAs serving the function of a payment method for transactions carried out between devices, or as others prefer to refer to them, between things. People can also do money transfers using this cryptocurrency, and the transfers are free and fast. There's even a great new wallet that's been created recently. IOTA is the cryptocurrency used to make transactions between things. And this is something that is actually really needed. It's really pragmatic. And it's well encoded, fast, and user-friendly. Recently, they introduced IOTA Hub, which is basically something that makes life easier for software developers so they can connect to Tangle easier. What's more, 6 new grants have been given by IOTA. So in a nutshell, IOTA has funded 6 interesting initiatives wanting to encourage new innovative projects on IOTA, like new libraries on JavaScript have been created. IOTA in general actually has 150 software developers, so that's a massive group of people. And recently they have created the first electric car chargers based on IOTA. So they took Tesla, which really is a child's toy, but sure, it is electrically powered, so it needs a charging station. And you can charge this Tesla using a charging station in which you can pay using IOTA. This charger already exists and it is in the Netherlands, and you can normally pull up with your Tesla. Well, you just need to upgrade the software, but that will be available in a short while, and you can pay with IOTA. And this is great because these are the solutions of the future. You can't pretend that these things aren't already happening and they're not going to be the norm soon. Realistic applications, not like some project trying to raise crypto hype saying they're going to give free internet to the world and we're all going to join hands and explode in hippie freedom, that this is going to revolutionize the world. Tomorrow all the banks will stop existing and the power will be in the hands of the people. I mean, sounds like a nice story, yeah. I've also got an anarchistic soul, but looking at things more realistically, I believe that charging electrical cars and paying with IOTA is useful and realistic, or for the communication of devices that we use on a daily basis. This is concrete. This is something that actually works, that we actually need. Some other great news is that Sergey Popov has also recently joined IOTA. He's a mathematical specialist dealing in probability theory. He's also supported IOTA and the grants that IOTA has dedicated to supporting upcoming projects that are promoting IOTA. They've spent like $250,000 on these grants. This is great news, and this defo looks like the cryptocurrency of the future. Also, if you look at it, there are many crypto investors who say that they have a really narrow investing strategy. They say, I only invest in Bitcoin in IOTA. So IOTA is often mentioned as something that investors are treating as a stable, sure investment, in their portfolios. Whether it's for the long run or the short run. Should you buy IOTA? Now the main question to be asking is whether you should be buying IOTA now. Well, let's go and look at the event calendar for IOTA. Mind you, IOTA is a really big project, so we can trust that the calendar event is updated by the community on a regular basis, though I wouldn't trust these calendars when it comes to smaller projects, because I guess the community is just not large enough, perhaps not dedicated enough to be putting this work into it. So what can we see here? Not much, to be honest. There are 2 events. We've got the Internet of Things Blockchain Summit on the 29th of October, and then we have the German Economic Summit on the 12th of November. So yeah, the German Economic Summit is quite an important event. We've got a lot of important people, meeting up, discussing everything, discussing all the technological innovations. Something like with EOS might happen. Everyone will get drunk together and start like the biggest, most amazing ICO the world has ever seen. Well, we'll see whether stuff goes in that direction. Well, the calendar is kind of empty. Nothing is happening. No giant launch of some marketing campaign that will get us 20 producers of intelligent devices that will communicate with one another. Where's something like that? There's kind of nothing mentioned here. Well, you've got to say, IOTA is constantly developing technologically. This is something that is better with each consecutive month. They are promising something really impressive. It's a really ambitious project. So I'm quite sure that sooner or later that what they're promising is going to happen, because you can't really go wrong with a group of software developers like that. But that's the thing, because maybe they're concentrating on the technological aspect and not giving enough thought to the marketing. This is something to keep in mind. So answering the question whether I think it's a good time to be buying IOTA or to be buying more IOTA, well, my answer is no, not yet. I would wait and see what happens, because once again, I can't see the reason for why IOTA costs 59 cents. Well, not just one IOTA, it's actually 1 million IOTAs that cost 59 cents, because that's how much you buy M-IOTA, which is 1 million, and there are different units like K-IOTA is 1,000, G-IOTA, etc. Either way, if you invested in IOTA earlier this year, then you definitely made a profit. You're 18% the richer. In the last few months, it's not been so great. We saw red, but then on the other hand, the whole market is in the red. So I guess you can't really blame IOTA completely. So if nothing special is meant to happen, then I can't see why the price might go up, just thinking logically. If something does happen, if they add some amazing event to their calendar, or if they say they're launching a new campaign, or that they're partnering up with some cool people, then we can definitely expect the price to go up. Or when a product actually starts functioning and all the devices start communicating with each other on a broader scale, then you can really expect the price to increase, and then you can earn some Warren Buffett satisfying profits. Though, does that mean that today you should buy IOTA for 59 cents? In my opinion, not necessarily. Because, since nothing special is happening, nothing special is meant to be happening in the next few months from what we can see, then let's remember that prices don't go up when nothing is happening. On the contrary, unless of course Bitcoin moons suddenly, then of course so will IOTA. But if it sustains its current position, then in the next month or two we can expect IOTA even drop further, which can lead to some nice bargains and discounts. So in the long term, this project will definitely earn you money. But why buy it now if it could turn out that it will be worth 30 cents next month? Is that possible? It could be possible. So realistically, you could earn twice as much because you will be able to buy twice as many IOTAs. So if IOTA moons, you'll be twice the richer, 2 Lambos instead of 1. It's a great project, but just because something is a great project, it doesn't mean that it's time to be buying right now. It won't hurt to wait and watch the market for now. Thanks so much for listening as usual, and catch you in the next video.